Good morning, students. I welcome you for the social science division. Already we have revised all the lessons, but this is a overall revision for you. How to revise overall once again. So first we will start from the question paper pattern. Question paper pattern, how it will be there? Question paper pattern for you. See here, the question paper comprises of 4 sections. That is A, B, C and D. There are 4 sections in a question paper. Then there are total 30 questions. 30 questions are there. All questions are compulsory. There is no choice in it. Third one, very short answer type questions carrying 1 marks each will be 1 to 20. Total 20 marks. 1 to 20. How many marks? 20 marks. Very short answer type. In this very short answer type, A, and under that only A will be MCQs, B will be fill-ups, C will be true or false, D will be answer the following in one sentence. This A, B, C, D, these all comprises of 1 marks. So each question carries 1 marks total, 20 questions, 20 marks. Next, answer the following in 2 to 3 sentences each. Here you should write the answer in only 2 to 3 sentences. There will be 4 such questions. Each question will be carrying 3 marks. 4 3s are 12 marks. Next, answer the following in 5 to 6 sentences each. There also you will be having only 2 questions. Each question carrying 4 marks. So 4 2s are 8. Answer the following in 8 to 10 sentences, the so called as long answer type questions. Here you will be having 4 such questions, long questions. So each question will be carrying 5 marks. 5 4s are 20. 5 into 4 is equal to 20 marks. So this is the question paper pattern. So now we will revise the first lesson of civics. So this is the second chapter, equality in democracy. So first we will see the MCQs. Which one of the following ensures justice to all the people of a society or a country? I repeat the question. Which one of the following ensures justice to all the people of a society or a country? Here options will be given. As you know, A option is untouchability, B equality, C inequality, D is caste system. Whichever is the right answer, we should pick on that right answer. B is the equality. Here equality is the correct answer. This type they will give you MCQs. You should answer. Next is very short answer type questions. What is the caste system in India? What is the caste system in India? Answer. The caste system is a form of social inequality in India. What is a caste system? The caste system, it is a form of social inequality in India. If you want to add further one more line, you can add. It is a predominant social evil that is used to discriminate against a large number of people. This caste system, it is a form of predominant social evil which is used to discriminate against a large number of people. If you want, you can add that line also. Like this, you should write the short answer type questions in one line itself. Now we will discuss Now we shall see the short answer type questions. How to write short answer type question? Read the question first thoroughly. State any 2 ways in which the Article 15 of our Constitution addresses inequality among citizens. How will you write the answer? Article 15 states that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on the grounds of religion, race, caste, place of birth. Our state will not discriminate any citizen of our country on the grounds of religion, race, sex, or place of birth. Here, second point, no citizens shall on the grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth, what they can't do, they cannot or restriction, they cannot restrict with regard to access to shops, public restaurants, hotels, using of wells, bathing ghats or any public places. You cannot restrict them from using any public places. This is how the short answer type question. How will you write the long answer type question? Next, the questions may be asked due to like this. What are the provisions mentioned in our constitution with regard to equality among citizens? Already we have done revised this question in our revision chapter. Every person is equal before the law. Then this means that every person, right from the Prime Minister of our country to the domestic worker or to the common man, all are equal and they have to obey the same laws. No person can be discriminated against on the basis of their race, religion, caste, place of birth, whether they are male or female. Every person can use all the public places. Nobody can restrict them from using public places such as playgrounds, hotels, shops, malls, markets, wells, roads, bathing ghats, etc. Third point. Fourth point, you should write untouchability has been abolished. Nowadays untouchability has been abolished. If anyone follows it, it is a crime. So this is the first chapter revision, equality in democracy. Now we shall revise the second chapter, that is the state government. In the state government also, first we will start from the MCQs. First MCQ is the legislature having one house is called. The four options are unicameral, B bicameral, C constituency, D none of these. I repeat the question. The legislature having one house is called. In the four options, option A, unicameral is the right answer. Like this you should answer one MCQs. Now next, very short answer type questions. What does the executive of a government do? In a short answer type question, or answer the following in one sentence. You should write the answer. The executive of a government implements the laws made by the legislature. What does it do? The executive of a government implements the laws made by the legislature. One more short answer type. How many states and union territories are there in India? India has 28 states and 8 union territories. You should answer in one line only. Now, in the previous lesson we have seen how to answer 3 to 4 sentences. Now we will see in this lesson how to answer in 8 to 10 sentences, long answer type question. See, long answer type question, how we should answer the question. They will ask, what are the powers and functions of the governor? What are the powers and functions of the governor? How will you write the answer? The powers and functions of the governor are, start from here only question itself. The powers and functions of the governor are, you should write, are and write. First point, he or she appoints the leader of the majority party in the state legislative assembly as chief minister. Who appoints? Governor. Governor appoints. He or she appoints the leader of the majority party in the state legislative assembly as a chief minister. First point. Second one, you should write, he or she appoints the other ministers of the state on the advice of the chief minister. Next, he or she makes all the appointments to the higher officers. He or she makes the appointment of the all higher officers. Yes, here. He or she makes appointments to all the higher officers. Here higher officers includes the chairman and the members of the state public service commission and the advocate general. They all come under the high officials. Then next, 4th point, the governor recommends the state annual budget before it is here. the governor recommends the state annual budget before it is presented in the state legislative assembly. Next, fifth point, as a discretionary power when no single party gets a clear majority in the assembly, the governor can use discretion in appointing the chief minister. I will repeat once again, as a discretionary power when no single party gets a clear majority in the assembly, the governor can use discretion in appointing the chief minister. And the last point will be, the governor has the power to summon and dissolve the legislative assembly on the recommendation of the chief minister. What a governor can do? The governor has the power to summon and dissolve the legislative assembly on the recommendation of the chief minister. Here, in the long answer type questions, sometimes these long answer type questions we may ask you in answer the following in 3 to 4 sentences. That time what you should do, you should not panic or don't ask any doubt. It is a very long answer type question. How will I write in short answer type? Don't panic. Write the answer to the marks. If they ask you write in 2 to 3 sentences, you write only 3 points, 3 to 4 points. Enough. Need not have any doubt. No, the answer, it is a very long answer type question. They have asked in short answer type. How will I write? Don't ask like this type of questions, because we can ask this long answer type question in the long answer type question. So far we have discussed what are the powers and functions of the governor. In our revision class we have discussed about what are the powers and functions of the chief minister. They may ask you power and functions of chief minister. They may ask you power and functions of the governor. And they may ask you power and functions of the council of ministers. Any question. Remaining question, I said you to do the homework on your own. It is your duty to read the entire whole classwork. Now we will revise the next lesson. Now we shall revise the next lesson. What is the role of state government? So as usual, we will go for the MCQs first. We will read the question. What is the position of India in terms of healthcare service in the world? I repeat the question. What is the position of India in the terms of healthcare service in the world? Options will be given A, B, C, D. A option is first, second is B, second, third and fourth. Which is the right option here? Here. First is the right option. Like this you should tick mark. Next is very short answer type questions. Here see what question they have asked. Define health. You should write in one sentence. What is health? Health means our ability to remain free from illness and injuries. What do you mean by health? Health means our ability to remain free from illness and injuries. This is about health. Here see. What is PHC? What is PHC? You should define. PHC means it is a answer. Number second, it is a primary health. Primary health care. PHC means what? Primary health care. What is the role of this PHC? These primary healthcare centers are mostly in rural areas. Its goal is to provide quality healthcare service to the people. This PHC, primary healthcare service, they provide quality healthcare service to the people irrespective of their status. This is about PHC, primary health care. Now we shall see long answer type question. In the long answer type question, this we have already discussed. Once again we are revising. Compare public health service with private health service. When they are asking you to compare, what you should do? You should compare. Make two columns. One side private health service. One side public health service. One side private health service. Under public health service, first point, what will you write? First point we will discuss now. Here under public health service. Under public health service, your first point will be the public health service is a chain of health centers and hospitals run by the government. These public health service or public health care centers, they are run by the government. It will be your first point. Now all the points we will discuss from public health service. Next we will go to private health. Second point, it means to provide quality healthcare facilities to the people either free or at a very low cost. Here service is provided to the people either free or at a very low cost. Then third point, public health service in rural areas as well as in urban areas. These public health services are both in rural areas as well as in urban areas. Then here the patients will stand in a long queue, as we can find more and more poor people come to the government hospitals in public healthcare service, so there is a long queue. This is 4 points about public health. Now we will discuss about private healthcare service. First point in private healthcare service, private health facilities are not owned or controlled by the government. Here in private healthcare service, here it is not controlled or owned by the government. First one, these services are run for profit. The cost of this service is rather high. Here in private healthcare service, they are run for profit purpose. Here the cost of the treatment is very high. Third point, private healthcare services are concentrated mainly in urban areas. Here in cities, we can find more private healthcare service in urban areas. People do not face such problem in private hospitals. Here last point we have seen people standing in a long queue, but here whereas in private health service such type of long queue is not there, because here the cost is very high, so very few people come and take service here. So this is about the role of state government. Students, now we shall discuss the geography part. The geography, second chapter, interior of the earth. We have already revised, we are just revising in brief geography part now. So far we have completed the civics part. Now the geography part, very short answer type question. See what is the question? Name 3 different layers of the earth. What is the question asked here? Name the 3 different layers of the earth. Therefore, you should write only the names of different layers of the earth. What are the 3 different layers of the earth? Here, first question, first answer. Your answer will be crust, mantle, and core. Here, they ask you different layers of the earth. What are the 3 layers? Crust, mantle, and core. Just answer should be up to the question itself, only in one line. Here, the next question. What is a rock cycle? A rock cycle is a continuous cycle of change of one type of rock to the another type of rock. Here, rock cycle, it is a continuous cycle of change of one type of rock to the another type of rock. These are about very short answer type question. Now we will go through short answer type. Here, see the question. Name the 3 types of rocks and explain any one. They ask you to name the 3 types of rocks. In that you should explain any one. So 3 different types of rocks are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rock. I repeat once again: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. These are the 3 different types of rocks. If they ask you to explain any one, in that we have taken igneous rock like this. Write igneous rock, underline, and below this, the first point under this will be, I will discuss now. The first point, igneous rock. Igneous word is derived from a Latin word ignis, means fire. Here igneous word is derived from a Latin word ignis, means fire. First point. Second point will be these are formed by the cooling and solidification of the molten magma. How are these igneous rocks formed? They are formed by the cooling and solidification of the molten lava. Next is third point, the rocks are also called as the primary rocks because these are the ancestors of all the rocks. These rocks are called as the primary rocks because these rocks are the ancestor of all the rocks. Next point, they make up 85% or more than 85% of the earth crust. These igneous rocks make up to 85% or more than 85% of the earth crust. And the last point, these are crystalline in structure. Igneous rock, these rocks are crystalline in structure. This is how we should write short answer type question. If they ask you to write long answer type question, see this question already we have discussed. How are the rocks and minerals useful for human beings? How are the rocks and minerals useful for human beings? If they ask you the question, how will you write the answer? The rocks and minerals are useful for human beings in many ways. First point is these are used for making buildings, roads, bridges, houses, etc. First point. Potash and phosphate are used as a source of chemicals that are found in sedimentary rocks. Here, what are used? Potash and phosphate are used in the source of chemicals that are found in sedimentary rocks. Second point. Third one, minerals are used in preparing a number of things like computer, sunglass, can, pencils, slate, etc. Next point, coal, petroleum and natural gas are used as fuel. They also provide us precious stones like gems and diamonds. These are also used in industries. Which rocks and minerals are also used in industries. Then these are also used in the field of medicine and fertilizer. These are all points coming under the long answer type question. Did you understand, students, how to write long answer type? Students, now we will discuss the third chapter of geography. Geography, third chapter, our changing earth. Now we are going to revise our changing earth. So students, we will see here Phillips first. Here Phillips. In this part we are going to see Phillips. Dash is used to measure the intensity of an earthquake. Dash is used to measure the intensity of an earthquake. Which fill up the blank, what is the answer? Richter scale. It should come here. Richter scale. Richter scale is used to measure the intensity of an earthquake. Next, dash is a depositional landform of a glacier. What is the answer? Moraines. Moraines is a depositional landforms of a glacier. Understand? Now we will see the short answer type question. One example I have taken for you. What do you know about the erosion and deposition? What do you know about the erosion and deposition? Here they have, in one question they have asked you about erosion also, about deposition also. They have asked you both. So how will you write the answer? Here question number 1, here answer number 1. Erosion. First you write about erosion like this and underline and write erosion is the wearing away of the landscapes by different agents like water, wind and ice. I repeat the answer. Erosion means what? Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different agents like water, wind and ice. While now deposition. While deposition refers to the fill-ups of the depression of the earth's surface. Here we have written about erosion. Here we are writing about deposition. Deposition refers to the fill-ups of the depression of the earth surface. This is how we should write short answer type question. Now we will go to the long answer type. One example we will discuss about long answer type question. Here see, if they are given question number 5, you also write answer 5th like this. Answer number 5, then you should answer. Here see, earthquakes and volcanoes carry huge loss of life and property. Explain. What they have asked? Earthquake and volcanoes carry huge loss of life and property. Explain. How will you explain this answer? Now, here see, earthquakes and volcanoes cause huge loss of life and property to human beings. In that you write, first point, earthquakes and volcanoes are sudden and they are natural hazards. They occur suddenly. They erupt suddenly. Earthquakes, volcanoes, they occur suddenly and they are also called as natural hazards. First point, they occur. Second point, you should write, they occur any time of the year. They occur any time of the year. Second point. Third, you write, these natural hazards are caused due to the sudden movement of the lithospheric plates. How are these natural hazards caused? They are caused by the sudden movements of the lithospheric plates. Then, when these earthquakes and volcanoes erupt, what do? They cause huge loss to life and property. Next point you should be, they cause huge loss of life and property. Next point, they not only affect human beings, they also affect animals and birds. It will be your next point. Then you add, they also affect the quality of soil and land. The quality of the soil and land is also lost. Then the volcanoes and earthquakes, they also adversely affect the environment. They also adversely affect the environment. Then last point is, they cause the risk of global warming by producing harmful gases. Last point is, they cause the risk of global warming by producing harmful gases. These are all the points. In this way, how earthquake and volcanoes carry a great loss not only for human beings but also for the environment also. This is how we should write the long answers. Now, remaining revision we shall continue in the next video. Thank you.